What's up, everybody? You're tuned into Beats and Buzz, and as you've just seen, it was an amazing performance by Kojo Blak in the building.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to Nairobi.
Charlie.
Welcome to NTV.
Asante, or how do you say it?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I was checking out you.
Karibu, rather.
It's Asante.
Asante.
I tell you Karibu.
Okay.
Yeah, you say Asante. I was checking out your X profile, and you're really immersed in the culture. You've been to some of the biggest places in Nairobi, Uhuru Park, just the CBD here where everybody does the, creative expression. You've been to the dance studios, and I feel like that's very different from what other celebrities do.
Well, especially the dance culture and the Afrobeat space and like Ghana, Nigeria, even Nairobi, especially because Olemoju, shouts to Olemoju, shouts to the Force. I worked with them and it was amazing. I can tell that like African brides are really into the dance culture, and that has been holding us down for like some time now.
Yeah. That
has been like the gateway or a formula to showcase our songs to the rest of the world.
I like that.
Yeah, and I appreciate them. Shout outs to Dance God Lloyd. Shout outs to Incredible Ziggy. Shout outs to Olemoju, right? I said Olemoju. Yeah. Shout outs to The Force. Yeah. Shout outs to them all.
Shout out to you for tuning into Beats and Buzz and of course enjoying this amazing performance. Yeah, it's curious, I wanted to ask you, on your Instagram bio you go by Dragon.
Yeah.
What's that about?
If you check, I have like a piece here where there's a dragon on my cross.
Yeah, just hold the mic closer.
So it's like a piece where there's a dragon on my cross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a dragon represents me. Like I'm somebody.
Hold the mic a bit closer.
I'm somebody that, thank you. I'm somebody that when like I'm creating music, I like to go all out. Like I'm somebody who likes to release flames, Yeah, that's why they call me the dragon.
Speaking of flames, 131 is interesting because you named it based on the time you finished recording the album.
Yeah.
Everything about you is just very interesting. We could just go about highlights and touch on everything you do is very symbolic. It's very intriguing.
Yeah, it's very intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say 131, my 131 EP, the last song I did on 131 was Overdue. And that was the time I finished like 1:31 a.m. And I've been following that pattern, right?
7:57,
yeah,
1:31.
1:31.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been following that pattern, and there's more to come. There's more body of works. Like I'm now going to like that space where I'll be releasing more body of works to my people. Shout out to my Kenyan fans, my Kenyan lovers.
Yeah.
They've been promoting my song out here like back to back. I've been hearing my song on the radio.
Our DJ's a fan too. DJ Twin.
Shout out to DJ Twin.
Well, go on.
We're there, so.
Yeah, because I remember when Sandra reached out, big shout out to Sandra who reached out, and our producer and DJ were very excited. So it was exciting to have you on the show. And now you've just released Next Door, an excellent touch ground. You're not breathing, no breathing space.
So you love touch ground, yeah?
Yes.
Touch ground is like one of my favorites on my new EP, 131 EP, Yeah, so if you guys love it, I learned like there's a massive culture of like dancehall culture.
Yeah.
So I and I understand why. Yeah.
Have you learned any Kenyan dance moves? Because you were with Quincy Icon, who's an amazing...
the one, she was doing something like this.
Yeah. We need to get a new dance style. We need to incorporate a bit more dances in our music.
Yeah, man. Like especially when it's African, it will sell. Cause anything African now, especially Afrobeat, like has very massive global attention. I would say so. Anything that we'll do now, people would accept it. Yeah.
Sarkodie is definitely goated when it comes to music.
Yeah.
How was the experience working with him and also just collaborating?
I would say it's by grace. Working with somebody like Sarkodie. Sarkodie is like an icon to all rappers in Africa. Working with somebody like him, it was like a dream come true. I at a point I had to pinch myself to realize it was like actually real, you know.
Wouldn't it make sense to pinch him?
Say again?
Wouldn't it make sense to pinch him and figure out if he's really real? Instead of putting yourself through that pain?
You know, like, he was actually talking to me, advising me and all, and I appreciate that, because before he even jumped on my song Next Door, he was talking about me in Ghana, you know, and like, I really appreciated that, because for him to already know me, already, you know, it made me feel relieved. It made me feel, okay, Kojo, what you're doing, people love it. Keep doing what you're doing, never stop.
Yeah. I like that. Natalie, how do you feel?
I love the music, but my question is, what message does your music pass? Okay. And also, what impact do you want to leave in the industry?
Okay, so I would say, for example, especially when I release body of works, I'm very intentional, yeah. So when I release 131, I release Rolling. That was my first, like, Rolling 3. That was like the intro of it. Anytime I release Rolling, I'm talking about my journey. I'm talking about my influence or how I want to be perceived, you know. So I spoke about that in Rolling 3. Then it came down to Touch Ground. Touch Ground of We, you know, it's already one of Nairobi's. So I would say Touch Ground is another side of me, you know. When I say I'm the dragon and I say I'm rugged, you know, I'm purely African, a black man. So I need to represent that whole culture. And Touch Ground does exactly that. I would say behind which Joshua Baraka is a massive hit. Like it's massive fire. It's just like back to back to back. And after Joshua Baraka, and behind we have Excellent. We have Excellent. Then after Excellent, I think there's Down. Down is like a love song, you know, for the lovers and all my sweet people, sexy girls. They love that song. They love Down. And then it goes down to Next Door. Next Door is with Sarkodie. Then SOH. SOH is like an EDM, Afro EDM song. You know, sometimes I like to experiment, so I did something like that. Then we have, after SOH, I think we have Overdue. Yeah. Overdue is like one of my favorites. Like, it's like my favorite on the EP because it's cultural, it's African, you know.
It's very rare you find artists actually admitting that they have a favorite song on their album, which I think is natural for everybody. But when you were doing the first Rolling, did you intend for it to be a series that continued to where it's reached, or was it like, I released this and then the second time we're like, maybe I could?
You mean Rolling?
Yeah.
The first one, the very first?
Yeah.
Okay, so that I've been keeping records of everything that happened in my life. So in Rolling 1, there was a stage in my life where like it was just me and music, nobody else, nothing. I see no support from anywhere. It was just like actually me and music from where back there from where I was, you see. And it spoke about my journey. It spoke about my friends. It spoke about the people like I was ready to go to this journey with, you know. Yeah, it spoke about them. Then it comes to Rolling 2. Rolling 2 was a part in my life where I was facing some love, something. So yeah, it spoke about it. Then Rolling 3 is still my journey. The love is on the one side, you know? And the real life, like reality is on the front. It's on the front line. So I would say Rolling 3 speaks about my whole journey in the music scene. And yeah, I'm loving it.
I love it too.